Well, here we are, Val Royale, the Orlesian royal city. Not out of place at all with our big two-handed weapons and crossbows. But, we need to speak with the Chantry people here and see if Mother Giselle has hooked us up with someone who can help us. We need to get some help to close this breach. You would think that that would be important to somebody.
Good people of Val Royale, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet, a wicked Kunari sent to subvert the Maker's word.
We came here in peace simply to talk, and this is what you do. I implore you, let us sit down together to deal with the real threat.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Oh, that's not acceptable. In any way, shape, or form.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
You're not here to deal with the Inquisition.
As if there were any reason to.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
Yeah, well, that's not going to end well for you, buddy.
If
Typical.
you're not here to help the Chantry, then you just came to make speeches.
I came to see what frightens old women so, and to laugh.
But Lord Seeker, what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royale is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Yeah.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
Yes, he has, actually. Obviously.
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Do you think he can be reasoned with?
I hope so. If not him, there are surely others in the Order who don't feel as he does. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Badly as I want to call that dude a bitch for hitting a woman, I did kind of want to pick their brain, too, to see why in the heck they were even here in the first place.
This victory must please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. If you do not believe you are the Maker's chosen, then what are you?
Someone who can help close the breach and end this madness.
That is more comforting than you might imagine. I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
You're obviously skeptical. What do you believe I am?
Our divine, Her Holiness is dead. I have seen evidence for everything, except what would comfort me.
That doesn't answer my question.
For you to be true, a great many things must be false. And if you are false, a great many things must have failed. There is chaos ahead, whatever your intentions.
So what happens now? Will the Chantry continue to denounce me?
We have already done so. And what good has it done us? Now it falls on us to select a new divine, if we can. And leave the next step to her.
Provided such a selection is even possible.
I truly don't know. Any revered mother who could have followed Justinia died at the Conclave. What becomes of us, and your Inquisition, is in the Maker's hands now.
Where is the Lord Seeker taking the Templars?
I can't begin to guess the Lord Seeker's mind. He could not have abandoned his intended role more completely.
There must be sense to what we can't see.
Must there? Rebellion seems popular in certain quarters, doesn't it, Seeker? Is crafting the Templars into a new power really any worse than declaring a rival to the Chantry itself?
What were you hoping the Lord Seeker would do exactly?
Put aside his war against the mages and find common purpose against something much more dire. Obviously, he has other plans. With the knights vigilant slain at the Conclave, there is nothing more we can do.
Perhaps there is something we can do.
I'd like to believe that, Seeker. I truly would. I suppose we can expect renewed effort against the mages from him, and yet more chaos.
How many Templars turned on the Chantry exactly?
They rebelled across Thedas. Some remained loyal, but not enough to call them the Order. The White Spire here in the capital was the largest garrison, but now it stands empty. Perhaps more shall flock to the Lord Seeker's banner now. How far has faith waned, I wonder?
How are people responding to all of this?
Despair. Fear. We mourn Her Holiness. The people look to the sky and wonder how long before terror comes for us all. There must be a way through this. Is it you? The Templars? The Maker's will? We abandoned our duties. We servants of the faith. Now we can only pray.
It's not too late. The Chantry could still help us and come out on top.
If only that were true.
What's to stop you from trying?
We are not looking for a winning horse. We are simply trying to do the right thing.
No, you're not, liar. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make a point here, is she admitted that she wanted to use the Templars to fight against the Inquisition, abandon their war against the mages, and start a war against the Inquisition.
Excuse me, but
Serving the exact same purpose.
is what they're saying
Stupid.
real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
That's what we're attempting, yes.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry is useless, and the Templars, Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
Well, at least one person here has some common sense.
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, she is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Head to Haven, then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
Wow, so you have this hole in the sky that killed the very divine they're talking about right in front of their face, and it's the only thing they're not going to worry about while they constantly wire each other up to fight everyone but the hole in the sky.
What's that? An arrow with a message.
This is insanity. And people really act like this. It's crazy. It's ugly to see it, but it's undeniable. Yeah. Alright, so we get this arrow. What is this? Alright. A message from the Friends of Red Jenny. We'll recognize them from Origins. Kind of a shadow group.
My maker, know my heart. Take from me a life of sorrow. Comfort is only yours to give. Oh, maker, where is the comfort? Have you come to scavenge now that the divine lies cold? Whisper your cune against the chant? Leave me. My emptiness will not be borne by you. Maker, show me the light.
A good symptom of their mentality right there. All worried about yourself, not doing anything for anyone else.
That messenger is trying to get our attention.
Spend all your energy accusing rather than
The
fixing
Herald of
anything.
Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
Alright, we're going to need that here in a minute. Okay, so we have essentially unlocked one new follower there, but we need to find these little hidden clues that are going to lead us to this other person that I would like to meet. Started with that arrow, and then run around and find a few hidden items scattered here and there.
Must be something here. Let's look around.
You know, I'll bring up an analogy. It seems pretty clear to me, anyway, at least as far as my thinking goes, is, especially if you're American, you might relate to this, the national debt. That elephant in the middle of the room that as long as you pretend it's not there, it'll go away type of thinking, which is, of course, insane. Problems aren't going to go away on their own like that. Or that that our collective intelligence is somehow going to raise above the level of stupidity to where we'd be able to elect or find some magical person who, based on our collective intelligence, we can deem them able to fix all of our problems and make them go away without any effort on our own. And so our election process is now. We don't have government here anymore. We have politics, two completely different things. And so this debt, this national debt, sits in the middle of the room, ever grown, and the only people that can solve it are the ones creating it. Okay, so it'll never ever go away. It's just going to get worse. And the people we've elected over us are the enemy themselves, creating this, working at just ceaselessly, never resting in their efforts to destroy the country and the people, all in the name of all kinds of civil actions and this and that and blah 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 and national peace. And remember, as a people, as a world, if anyone wants to stop and show just an iota of common sense just for a second, our best efforts at peace result in more wars than we've ever had in the history of mankind. And the more knowledge we have, the more internet, the more ability we have to know things, the worse it gets. Because, well, we're stupid. As a people, we're stupid. We can't ever agree on anything and never will. And in any efforts to do so, we inevitably, quote unquote, infringe on each other's rights and just throw fuel on the fire. Not liking that doesn't make it less so. Anyway,
I might have a moment of your time.
we see really good examples of that here. I think Dragon Age really put that, really put some clarity on that. I think it's really cool.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps my people are the wiser option.
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
The mages weren't willing to talk to the Inquisition before. Why now?
Because now I've seen what you are. And I've seen the Chantry for what it is. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lady Herald.
Come, let us return to Haven.
Why all the posturing? If you're gonna help, help. If you're not, get out of the way. I mean, you know, seriously.
Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Alright, first of a couple stops here. This is like probably my favorite person in the game, honestly. It really is. Not this guy. I'm gonna kill this guy, but someone we're about to meet here. It's going to be nice when we're hitting harder than 90 points of damage. Start hitting with hundreds and maybe even thousands. That's when it gets sexy.
How much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
You're just epic, bro.
Just say what?
What is that?
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face.
I love her.
So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're well fit. Heard about your kind. Seeing's different. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
The herald thingy.
Sure, why not? I glow. What's going on?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sera. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breeches.
What? Do what? She stole all their pants? They're fighting us in their boxers? Oh, it's awesome. I'd like to be able to block too. That would be nice. At least we got the archer out of the way. Notice when we first got here, that guy threw 2 fireballs at us, little balls. And, of course, she made fun of his little knife. Anyway.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breeches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
How about we get to know each other first? You know, names and such.
One name. No, wait, two. Well, it's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sera. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I used them to help you. Plus arrows.
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you. I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad person when he sees one. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. But if you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
So who are your Friends of Red Jenny? You must know them.
It's not hard to understand if you're not trying to waste your day on it. Someone little always hates someone big. And unless you don't eat, sleep, or piss, you're never far from someone little. Doesn't always work out, but a lot of people hated this guy. Someone got a laugh, someone got even, someone got paid. And someone has to have explained to them that free help is good.
Back there you wanted to know if I glowed. Why?
That's what you do, innit? You walked out of somewhere and now you glow. Andraste's herald. True or not, it seemed like the easiest way to know it was you.
True or not?
Well, that's what they say and all. Look, don't get ahead, yeah? I want to help this... whatever it is. Inquisition.
All right, Sera. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
She reminds me of Kasumi. She really does. Who was probably my absolute favorite character in Mass Effect 2, seriously. Hopefully there'll be some decent loot laying around. That'd be nice. Well, let's take a blue item. Obsidian, maybe? No, I guess not. Here? No. Well, no point in leaving it. We won't be coming back here, I don't think. That it? Nobody dropped anything? Oh well. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, off to our next destination. And we're really not out of place here, right?
Lady Adar of the Inquisition.
That's right. I have arrived. The party starts now.
What a pleasure to meet you, my lady. Seeing the same faces at every event becomes so tiresome. So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer, or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
What have you heard about me?
Some say that when the veil opened, Andraste herself delivered you from the Fade.
I'm not familiar with that name. I was invited here by First Enchanter Vivienne.
Madame de Fer is a fond nickname the court has given Lady Vivienne.
I've heard she finds it amusing.
I've heard very little about Duke Bastien.
He hasn't been seen much at court lately.
His business with the Council of Heralds often takes him from home for long periods. It can't be good for a man of his years.
And of course, there's the civil war. Bastien probably wishes to distance himself from the actions of his one-time son-in-law.
Tearing up the Dales in a foolish bid for power? It will end in disgrace for Gaspard. Everyone knows it.
Some of those storytellers may have gotten carried away.
But only for the best effect. The Inquisition is a ripe subject for wild tales.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit.
Okay.
Washed up sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously. Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts to grab power.
Yeah, and
I've never made any claims to holiness.
not time for
What's
this.
your point?
In front of all these people, you admit to being a pretentious usurper. We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a woman of honor, you'd step outside and answer the charges.
Yeah, I think that's the last insult that comes out of
My
that
dear Marquis,
pig butt on your
how
face.
unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests. You know such rudeness is intolerable.
Appreciate that, Vivienne.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lady, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
Sera would like this.
He insulted my honor. I want him dead.
And this, Marquis, is why one must always be courteous to one's fellow guests. Someone be a dear and clean this mess up. We can't have him cluttering up the dance floor. I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you.
The right thing happened there. Got rid of the trash. All right.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first enchanter of Montsimard and enchantress to the Imperial Court.
Can you get away with killing a nobleman like that?
He attempted to draw his weapon, unprovoked, in the presence of witnesses. Duels are not fought in the drawing room. By Chevalier Code, his life was forfeit from the moment his hand fell to his hilt.
Charmed, Lady Vivienne.
Ah, but I didn't invite you to the chateau for pleasantries. With divine Justinia dead, the chantry's in shambles. Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
Is your interest in the Inquisition Madame de Fer, or is it more personal?
Aren't you charming? It's professional, of course.
You say you led the last of the loyal mages. Loyal to whom?
To the people of Thedas, of course. We have not forgotten the commandment, as some have, that magic exists to serve man. I support any effort to restore such order.
So you're in favor of returning the mages to the Circle, then?
Where else can mages safely learn to master their talents? We need an institution to protect and nurture magic. Maker knows, magic will find neither on its own.
You say you led the last of the loyal mages. Loyal to whom?
To the people of Thedas, of course. We have not forgotten the commandment, as some have, that magic exists to serve man. I support any effort to restore such order.
What's in this for you?
The same thing anyone gets by fighting this chaos. The chance to meet my enemy, to decide my fate. I won't wait quietly for destruction.
Are you devout? What's your opinion of the Chantry?
I was a great admirer of the late divine Justinia V. The Chantry, at its best, unites the disparate cultures of Thedas and looks after its most vulnerable. Had she lived, Justinia could have accomplished so much.
You are aware that the Chantry hasn't sanctioned this Inquisition.
The Chantry is leaderless. They're in no position to officially sanction anything. Besides, my dear, if there is one virtue the Chant of Light teaches us, it is forgiveness. Once the Inquisition has sealed the breach, I'm sure the new Divine will not care in the slightest about official permission.
What exactly?
I know every member of the Imperial Court personally. I have all the resources remaining to the Circle at my disposal. And I'm a mage of no small talent. Will that do?
Does that mean you'd be aiding the Inquisition from the Imperial Palace?
Ordinarily, I would be happy to serve as liaison to the court, but these are not ordinary times. The veil has been ripped apart and there is a hole in the sky. It is now the duty of every mage to work towards sealing the breach. And so I would join the Inquisition on the field of battle.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
Now, I'd like to make a point here. It's my personal view that even though Vivienne may be an absolute bitch, she may have ulterior motives. This may all be a power play for her to take over, I don't care, the whole Orlesian court and the Chantry and the Circle and whatever else. You know what? She can have it. I didn't give a shit about Orlesian politics before this started, and I certainly won't care afterwards. If she's willing to fight against the breach, to save innocent lives, right? And if all this is a power play on her side, well, she's earned that. She's as well fit for the position as anyone else has been up to this point. Everyone else is fighting against me. So you know what? She could have the whole country after this is over. I don't care. I don't know what her motives are. I'm sure there's some ulterior motives there. They'll be revealed later in the game, but the vibe I get from her is that you know, she's somewhat of a snake in the grass, and you know what? That's fine, because she's a snake biting the bad people right now, and I'm cool with that. And I'm not saying the lesser evil. What I'm saying is, when it's all said and done, she will have done the right thing, regardless of her motives or reasoning, and the position that she, or the power that she's seeking that she eventually gets, she's earned it. As more than anyone else who's going to do a worse job in her place if she wasn't there. That's really how I view that. So it doesn't really matter how that turns out. She apparently is against the rebel mages, isn't cool with all the rebellion and stuff, maybe because it kind of upsets the balance of power that she likes to swim around in, you know, in her sphere. But hey, you know, be that as it may, as far as I'm concerned, she's fighting the good fight, so we'll go with it. All right, if you want to subscribe, hit that button over my head, and if you want to catch up on the rest of the Inquisition, click that top box, and for a complete list of all my videos, click the bottom box, and I will catch you guys later. Bye-bye.